This right here is the scale 118 Cadillac Escalade ESV by Ricoh. Now, I have previously done a review of this vehicle before, and I'm doing it now partially because of a viewer request and also the fact that you still can buy this car technically on eBay, although it's a lot more expensive than the original retail cost. But it is still available in some cases if you look at the right time and you bid high enough. Generally, first of all, I'll say it came in two colors, so there's black and then there was kind of a pearl white that looked really nice. Obviously, the black is the best option, but that's really up to personal preference. That's obviously my opinion. The original retail cost was around $45, sometimes went up to $50. But this particular one I got for $20, and I suspect that was because it was used. You can see some spots there, and then there were some scratches on the top, and etc. So that would be why I got it for so cheap. And at the current prices that you can find on eBay, they're generally exceeding $100 US. And rightfully so. This is a very rare model, and there really is nothing like it. One of the reasons being just because it's so big, it's got a lot of bulk, there's a lot of metal to this. And the fact that everything opens, and that's just really rare for a budget SUV to have everything open, especially the back door. For some reason, it's very difficult. I believe there is a Cadillac EXT as well as just a regular wheelbase Escalade. And I believe it's made by Welly or one of those companies, and the back door doesn't open. The reason why I don't know much about it is because when I see the back door doesn't open, I pretty much just ignore it. It's one of my pet peeves. So anyway, aside from the buying guide of this car, let's get into the details here in the case that you expect on getting this one. So the headlight, pretty good detailing on it. Kind of has that foggy look of 90s cars, because this is in early 2000s, 2003. No peg to be seen. Bulb is visible. Not a bad front grille, minus the fact that the chrome is wearing away a little bit. I will say that the chrome throughout this car is higher quality than a usual budget model like a Maisto or a Barago. I've watched this several times and I noticed no loss in its clarity. See, there's more chrome down here, a little bit up here. Very nice wheels, definitely. There's that Cadillac badge next to the ESV. Now the ESV is the extended wheelbase version of the Escalade. There's the EXT, ESV, and then the regular standard wheelbase. This is just extra long. It's got 3 rows, as you can kind of see right here, but I'll open this up so you can see it better. And despite having 3 full rows, there is plenty of cargo space. This truck is absolutely massive. This must be where Ricoh got their Cadillac from. It says Richardson Cadillac and Chevrolet. Must be a dealership in Illinois. Wheels do turn, and it features full suspension throughout the car, and pretty good suspension at that. Oops. Hood doesn't stay up very well, but underneath, a pretty decent engine. It's missing a little bit of some wires and such, but if you look deep, you can see the hoses, and you can see all the way through instead of one big huge plastic mold, which annoys me. The Vortec written on there was 6,000 because this is a 6.0 liter V8, and some warning labels there written in fine print. Not bad. It at least has coloring, and I guess there really isn't too much to see under an Escalade hood anyway. Massive car. Underneath, tough to even fit in the frame of the camera. It's so big. To give you an idea, you can see that's the suspension working. It's on a solid axle in the back. Muffler, everything. This is all-wheel drive. You can see the differential in the front. Nice steering. Looks pretty good. All correct. At least it's nice and colored in. A little chrome tip on the exhaust. It's a very nice underbody, indeed. I'd say that's the level of an upper-end model manufacturer like AutoArt. One issue I will point out is that the doors don't really properly close very well, this one especially, and it continues on the other side. Also, this door, I try to avoid opening it because it's very, I don't know, it's very loose. It's not going to last long. Inside, this is where again, this is a very, you have to consider the price point of this vehicle. I mean, it was $45, and for $45, they're giving you carpeting, nice looking seats. For the most part, all the buttons are there, but if I zoom in closer, you'll be able to see that they are in fact stickers. And this fake wood grain and the regular Escalade, the real one, scale 1-1, that all says fake wood grain, but it doesn't look like that. That's probably the poorest imitation wood grain I've seen on the model. But whatever, you get some, you lose some. That's just brown, and they didn't color in the buttons on the side here. It's very minor details that they leave out, probably to cut costs naturally. And I figure they definitely have to cut costs because of the features that they include on the inside of this car. Now, this review is probably going to run a little bit long, but it's because this car is very unique as far as features go. Now, this actually moves forward and back, the seat. The backrest also goes down as such. And this is very cool. It's really tough to see. Can lift that up. And this also folds just like the real SUV. How about that? And then that's how the people get into third row. Speaking of the third row, which again you can see best here because there's very heavy tinting all throughout the car. I mean, it looks really nice, especially with the black color, but this folds, and it's also removable. Same thing with this little privacy cover, that's also removable. I'm not going to take it out now because it is a bit of a pain in the neck to get back in. Really nice model, Yeah, the interior could use some detail. The paint, could be better. And the doors, of course, don't close very well. But overall, I gotta say, this is an incredible value. I'm not sure I'd pay more than $150 for this. I mean, that's itching into AutoArt territory, and it's not necessarily AutoArt quality for the reasons that I've noted. That being said, you're going to have a tough time finding a black Escalade that's this good and has all the doors opening, especially if you want to do something like, put lights in it to make it look like a Secret Service vehicle. I mean, it's an amazing looking car, and for the value, it's up to your opinion how much you think it's worth. I think it's worth a lot, but it's no AutoArt, to say the least. But it's still pretty darn good. And I guess I should say most AutoArts don't have suspension. They also don't have seats that fold up. So, you lose out on some, but you also get some. That's kind of the point of this whole car. Alright, well, I hope this was helpful to the person who requested it and anyone else who may need it. Thanks for watching.